Hey guys, welcome to our first live.
I'm Alex, the Oceanaut.
And I'm Charley VegyDise, and we're here to tell you fun things.
And to teach you how to climb mountains in those kick-ass heels of yours.
Yeah, so, all right. Tonight's topic, as you can tell from the bottom, is keeping calm through life of COVID. I'm a single mom, so this has been a little bit interesting for me.
And I am a mother of 3, and I'm married, so I have a husband. So it has also had a bunch of different challenges for me as well.
Yeah. What are some of the challenges and stuff that you've had to deal with this year, Alexandra?
Oh, goodness gracious. My husband works for a college, and they don't have a summer term. So usually around May is when he stops working. Due to COVID in March, when they broke for spring break, he didn't go back after that. So he just now officially started going back to work as of September 1st. He has not been working since March, and it's only been me working. So that's been challenging. And the kids have just started going back to school, and they were being distance learned after their spring break as well. And I actually got furloughed for a little bit. So I was only working 2 days a week, but now I've been back to full time for quite a while. What about you?
Okay, so I work in a retail store for my day job, and I was like, okay, so since our whole country is like getting 2 weeks off, maybe I'll actually have a vacation this year. Well, they deemed us essential.
Yeah.
So I have an autoimmune disorder where I have literally no immune system. So I've been extra cautious, but extremely stressed out because of everything going on and stuff, because you never know when you're going to get sick. And I get sick often, like maybe every other week. So it's been interesting. And then my son has the same autoimmune disorder and stuff, but I'm very fortunate that his routine has not been disrupted, and he doesn't have to start school until next year. So
yeah, and hopefully we'll be done with all of this COVID stuff, so everything can go back to normal by then.
yeah, or not be done, but have some kind of results to actually help out with the scare.
That's very
for
true.
Sure. So, but I've everything that I've learned this year and stuff, and I have been able to apply it to my blog, which is great. So in the little comment section and stuff, you can actually see my blog when you guys want to go to it. And we want to hear back from you, because of that we're doing this for you. So tonight we are actually going to talk about some of the coping techniques that we actually applied to our own lives to deal with these circumstances, because COVID is extremely hard, and we know that we're all in the same boat no matter what situations we're having to face. Some of the techniques actually help you with those circumstances. So.
All right, so which one should we go over first, I suppose?
I think first is actually your controlling your controllables.
Yes, controlling what you can control. So for me, controlling through everything in COVID time would just be focusing on what I can do, which is mainly working and making sure that my kids have, their 3 square meals a day and their snacks. Just preparing my kids for however a semblance of a normal routine to continue with and continue to go to school and do learning. That would basically be how I've been coping.
Yeah, and those are very good ones. So for those who don't know what a controllable is, like controlling your controllables is things that you actually have control over. So we don't have control over the coronavirus. We don't, because of that it's an invisible substance that we literally cannot touch, we cannot see. It's a mystery out there. And other things we can't control is that most of us have to work and stuff like that. So when the things and stuff that I can control in my life is actually just doing my best to stay safe and sanitize and create structure in my day. So I have some kind of normalcy to be able to keep everything going. And one of the controllables and stuff that I actually see that's extremely important is your mindset. We're dealing with a crisis, but the number one thing and stuff is you can choose to freak out, which gets you nowhere except in freak out mode, or learn different ways and stuff to calm your mind so you have a clear focused mind to be able to conquer everything head on and do the steps that you need to do with clarity and ease.
Okay. I think those are really good coping mechanisms, especially for you who already has that autoimmune disorder, and you don't you take care of baby Anthony as well as doing, full-time work in a essential business. So
yeah, and I like yours too. Girl, I don't know how do you do it with 3 kids and working and school.
I don't know either. People ask me all the time. They're like, how do you put structure in your day? And I was like, my mind works a little bit differently than most people. I make a list and I try to plan on Sundays because I have Saturday and Sunday off. So during the week, I try to plan what I'll do my grocery shopping, and I'll plan my meals for, a week or 2 weeks in advance. And I'm fortunate enough that at least I only have to cook 2 days out of the week, unless you count the weekends. My husband cooks for 2, and I go to a best friend's house on Friday, so I don't cook that day either. So it's just, honestly, I don't even understand how I get through homework time at this point, because there is so much of it. And I have 3 kids and I'm the only one at home at night. My husband works. So I actually have no idea how I do it all and get them in bed in time for them to wake up in the morning at a decent time. Like, they're in bed no later than 9. I have no idea how I do it.
That's amazing. Chloe, hi. Thank you for joining us and stuff. That's really exciting. And okay, so task list is everything. That is creating structure, because of the fact, like, you're actually writing down to create a plan to be able to succeed at life and stuff. So even though, like, for those who don't know me, I'm very type A. My son is 2, so I've been very beneficial and stuff. He doesn't like messes. I don't like messes. He doesn't like mishap. I don't like mishap. So structure, in my sense, does work a little bit different than Alexandra's, because I have a little less chaos at home. So I'm able to say 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. is blogging time. 5 to 6 is workout time. 6 to 7 is baby Anthony time and get ready for work and stuff. And he likes that structure. For many parents who don't work in that way, task lists are great. Scheduling that you have to be at work and writing it down and stuff, just so everybody knows, helps everybody in your family, or even just you. So one thing I really enjoy is, it sucks that TikTok is getting taken down. Thanks to the president, whatever. On TikTok, they have all of these things that say, girl, you did an amazing job. I know you were depressed, but you got up and you put clothes on today. That is it's honestly the truth. With everything going on stuff, I know that it makes stress and anxiety go up way high. And I know I deal with those, and that's the reason why I have that type A personality, and why it works is with my structure, it makes my anxiety go down. But whatever you got to do to get through the day is important and a success.
Yeah.
So, but that actually leads us into our second topic, is creating structure through task, which I think we kind of covered at this point.
Yeah.
But another idea for task of like structure and stuff is planning out meals, so you know what you're doing and stuff. And my favorite example for that is Sheldon. The Big Bang Theory, where Monday nights is one night, Taco Tuesday, there's Indian Wednesday, Pizza Friday.
Yes, I like to do Taco Tuesday as well. Every Tuesday is a taco related something. So whether it be enchiladas, tacos, it could be nachos, it could be something that I found on a website, just something new to try that my kids will just eat, because I have at least 2 picky eaters, or one extremely picky eater and one semi-picky eater. And then the boy, he'll eat whatever you put in front of him. Avocados, black olives, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, he'll eat it all.
That's amazing.
The other girls, not so much.
I wish your son's appetite was my son's. Because if okay, so with my autoimmune disorder and stuff, we cannot eat gluten, which is really cute because my son will come up and say, Mama, does it have gluten in it? Because I don't want it if it has gluten in it. But he will not eat any vegetables. If it has a color to it, he doesn't want it. It's really annoying. Like bananas are pretty much white, so he'll eat them.
And they're a fruit.
Yeah. Thank God. But he won't try peaches, none of that fun stuff. I know. If it literally has color to it, he doesn't want it.
And for me, like, the more color it has, the better it is, personally.
I know. I agree.
I had made asparagus with like a creamy mushroom, like it had ranch and Worcestershire sauce, and it was sauteed mushrooms, and I put it over the salmon. And then I made the Bob Evans, like, potatoes that you just pop out of there and stick it in the microwave. And then I made asparagus. Now, I knew the girls weren't going to eat the asparagus, so I gave Ion the asparagus, and I gave myself the asparagus. And Ion goes, Mommy, the asparagus is so juicy. I don't understand why they don't like it. It's so juicy. It's so good. It's so juicy. And I was like, I know, it's delicious. What is not to like? But my husband, Peter, doesn't like asparagus either, so that's probably where they get it. He won't eat Brussels sprouts. He won't eat asparagus. He's also a really hard vegetable person to get to eat stuff. He prefers it raw versus cooked. But there are certain vegetables that he just won't touch.
Yeah. So that does bring us into our third one, which is dream. Make your life exciting and stuff like that. So a lot of people, I feel, have set their dreams or their goals on the back burner. And it's really easy to do it in stressful times, especially since you don't know where your income is coming from, since lots of jobs got laid off.
Yep.
So it's important to, like, fantasize or actually dream about what you really want to do and stuff, because it's perfect timing. You have a lot of time. You need that escape pretty much, and you have a lot of time. So, and then you can do research and everything to make those dreams come true and create an action plan.
Yep.
So, and fun dinners is a good way to dream. And then fulfill them.
Yeah, mine right now is I've agreed to go back to college next fall for marine biology, because I'm just really in love with the ocean and everything that's in it. So I've already discussed this plan with my husband, because he's currently going back to school this year. So I agreed that I'll go to the local college and at least get my AA and go from there, because they do have an intro to marine biology and oceanography class as well. So that is my end goal. And right now I've just started my lives on Saturday on my page, Alex the Oceanaut, and we go over a different marine mammal every Saturday at 10 o'clock from 10 to about 10:30. So I just did that yesterday, and we did great whites. So if you want to check it out, it's on Alex the Oceanaut's page. And we will be doing sea otters next week. So
yeah, I cannot wait for the sea otters. And Alex, you should put how you spell it and everything in the comments, so that way they can find you really easy. So, all right, we did dream. Okay, so the next one is focus on what you can adjust. One thing and stuff that I really like to adjust that calms me down is my house. Okay, so back in the day, me and Alexandra used to live together, and she'd come home from work or wherever, and Charley, you changed the house. Like, yeah, I did. I still do that every single week. But to me, it's a coping mechanism and stuff, and thank God my son's okay with it, and it doesn't disrupt him. He usually joins in. But literally, a lot of my friends will joke that, hey, Charley, you gonna put your bedroom in your front room and your front room in your bedroom? Like, maybe today. So what are some of the things that you like to adjust in your house?
I frequently like to, I don't really do a lot of adjusting in the house. I will clean, I will tidy.
Or it can apply to your kids and stuff like that. If you need to adjust things in their schedule to complement them a little bit better.
With my son, right now, we think he's a sensory processing disorder, but he also has a learning disability. So for him, I sometimes have to adjust my schedule because I have to let him know what's going on. So if there's any changes in the plan from when I drop him off to the time that I pick him up, I have to let him know ahead of time. So if I realize that I had something that I forgot to mention, I have to adjust my schedule and give him about 20 minutes before we get ready to do the next thing in our schedule for the night. So I'll tell him, hey, by the way, we're not going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this instead. And it gives him that extra time that he needs to adjust and figure out that in his brain that it's okay and that we're not doing the normal activity that we were planning to do. We're actually going to do this other activity.
Yeah, it sounds like having a mini me in your house.
Yeah, he is. I have to Alex. Very structured, can't veer off the path. But he likes to make a mess, though. He loves it.
No.
He loves it. I hate it. And my OCD just kicks right in. And I'm just like, oh my God. I'll walk through the door and I'll be like, my husband will be like, what happened? My husband will be like, what? What's the matter? And I'm like, there's clothes on the floor. There's puzzle pieces. There's dirt. There's paper on the floor. There's a whole bunch of stuff on my kitchen table. And there's dishes in my sink. That's what's the problem.
It looks like my house exploded or a hurricane went through or a tornado or all of the above.
And he's like, but our kids were just playing. And I was like, I get it. But they need to clean up one mess before they go to make another mess. That's how it works.
Completely understand it.
It's so frustrating. His mind is completely different than mine. He will just toss things wherever. Take clothes off and just leave them on the floor. And I'm like, you do understand there's like a basket like right there, right?
All right, so I think we lost her and stuff. I know she's been having a little bit of technical issues, but I do want to go over the last one with you. Oh, we got her back.
I have absolutely no idea what happened there.
I think you might have actually clicked the button.
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
All I know is that the page went blank and I'm like, oh no.
All right. Well, welcome back.
Well, it's good to be back.
All right. So the next one is. Oh. All right. So this one's fun. Focus on what could go right instead of what could go wrong.
Oh, that's a big one for me.
It is, and there's a lot of people have a very hard time and stuff because in fact, like when you're in the midst of the storm, all you can see is the storm.
Mm-hmm.
I am a very optimism person.
You're optimistic.
Where people get annoyed with me because I can find a silver lining in every single opportunity and say what's wrong.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry, people. I do see what's wrong. I just don't focus on it.
Yeah, that's the optimistic part in you, and I am kind of a pessimist.
We balance each other out very well.
It is. We're like the yin and the yang.
So, how do you learn to find optimism in your life?
It's actually been something that I've been working on a lot more. I do tend to take on more than I can chew, and I let it affect my mood. So I actually have this really great saying that's on my desk. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. So it's a learning curve for me for sure. And sometimes I still struggle with it. But I try to realize that even though I may not love my job, at least I have it. I have that human interaction with other people in my office, and I get to earn an income so that I can support my family. I have a roof over my head. I've had a roof over my head despite, the challenges of COVID and it affecting everybody's lives. I still have a roof over my head. I have electricity and water. My kids are fed and clothed. And due to COVID, I've been able to receive assistance that I normally wasn't able to receive. So a lot of good things have come out of the bad. So there's that silver lining to every storm. So I'm very appreciative for what I do have. I have everything I need. I may not have everything that I want, but I have everything that I need, and that's the most important part. I have a working car. Yeah. I have a job. I have a house. I have the food on my table. I have running water and electricity. So.
Okay, so Chloe said a lot of subjects, therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble on its own. Quote, it's a quote I always go to. So Chloe actually, I think she pulled this one out of the Bible. And it is completely true because about that, I am Christian. I don't know as much as some people, but it's absolutely amazing and stuff because of the fact, like, when you go back to the Bible, because they have little lessons in there, and I really like that quote. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought like halfway through the sentence.
That's okay.
All right, so tomorrow is tomorrow's issue. Right now, we only can focus on what we have right now, and we only can focus on what we can change now. And that's the reason why we're bringing these things to you, is like control your controllables. We can't control tomorrow. We don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. Nope. Structure your days so that way when tomorrow comes, you have the day planned out and you have a little bit of an idea of how it's going to go or how you want it to go. Dream, because by that way tomorrow actually has silver linings and possibilities that you didn't even know that could be happening. Let's say 3 years ago, I was in a crappy situation. I did not think I could afford a place. I could not take care of my son right. I could not be a good mom. I didn't feel like I was being a good friend because of that I left Alexandra, and a lot of my friends left on their own because I was one of those people that had difficulty getting out of bed. That's the reason why, to me, it's important when I see TikToks of like, hey girl, you got dressed today. You're a success. So it's really big and important and stuff. And then it connects, that quote connects to focus on the things that you can adjust and stuff. You can't adjust tomorrow because it hasn't happened. Like, how are you supposed to adjust tomorrow? So, and then Chloe let us know that comes from Matthew 6:34 is the verse. Exactly. Thank you, Chloe. Let us know if you ever want to join in. We'll bring you right in.
Yeah.
So, one thing is I actually wrote a blog piece on this, and that's where we're pulling these examples from and applying it to our lives, or explaining a little bit more of the differences of what were my life versus Alex's life. And I thought it was really amazing because of the fact that our lives are differ so much, but we're also best friends. So we pull a lot from each other's lives and actually give each other a lot. And that's what we're doing here, is to build a community of women to uplift. So no matter what situations you're facing, you can actually go out there and change your life, as I did and as Alex is working on and has done, because she's had a lot happen in her life and everything else too.
Oh yeah. It's been a long journey for like the past like 12, 13 years. It's been a roller coaster, but
yeah,
every obstacle that has been presented has been another learning experience and something to take. I learn a lesson from each thing, and it makes me into a stronger person. I am the type of person that doesn't believe in the word quit or give up, and it's just not in my vocabulary. So to sit here and to just power through and to hunker down and power through it. And I'm also showing my kids how to cope with difficult times. So it's a great learning experience for everybody.
Yeah, leading by example. It is very important. So, but yeah, so if you guys do need additional help or you just want somebody to talk to and stuff, you're more welcome to hit me up on my personal page in this group, or you can go straight to Alexandra at Alex and the Oceanauts.
Alex the Oceanaut. It's
there you go. I butcher it. Just getting used to it.
And you spell, and it's all one word, and Oceanaut is spelled ocean, and then OCEANAUT. So Alex.
Yeah, and guys, it is Oceanaut in the comments. But yeah, all right. So we will be doing this every Sunday at 10 p.m. If you have any suggestions and stuff of what you want help with or fun topics that you would like us to cover, leave them in the comment below. Section. and we'll look into it. But I'm really excited to have all of you guys on.
Yes, it's been great. I know that this is Charlotte's first live, and I went live by myself yesterday, so this is a different dynamic, but this is my second one, so it's a little less nerve-wracking for me this time around. It still makes me a little nervous, but I'm really excited to be on this journey with Charley as well, and that we can share our experiences and our knowledge with you.
All right, so that actually ends our live tonight. Is there anything else you want to say?
I don't think that there is anything else that I have to say. I just have to say it's a pleasure working with you, Charley, as always, and I'm super excited, as I said, to start this journey and to keep continuing through it. I know that next week we're talking about, what did we agree that we were talking about?
Next week is how to conquer your bad days.
Oh,
Alexandra picked that topic.
That'll be fun, because more oftentimes than not, I have a lot of bad days with few good days in between. So that one will be a good topic to go over. I'm really excited for that one. So without further ado, I think that ends us for tonight.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.